Namaste. I am Anita Goa. Today I'm going to share with you 5 yoga tools that I think are really helpful for a yoga practice. No matter what activity we do, the equipment that we use and the tools that we have to our disposal can really make a huge difference in how we improve and how we enjoy really our practice. And it's exactly the same for our yoga. If you practice at home, I think it's very important that you try to, over time, gather what it is that I am suggesting in this video today. It's not a whole lot, but I think these really are the essential tools that you will need to at least practice with my videos. So let me get started on my 5 tools that I highly recommend for a yoga practice. The first tool is the yoga mat. Of course, I have 3 different yoga mats. And I'm going to show them to you. What is important for me in a yoga mat is that it has a nice grip to it. So when I'm practicing, I want to make sure that it doesn't slip and slide around the floor. And also, I don't want to be slipping and sliding with my hands, particularly when I get sweaty. So for me, that is really important. There are so many different yoga mats on the market. Different colors, different patterns, different textures, different thicknesses as well, and everyone is going to really have their preference. But one company that I really like, and all my yoga mats are from them, is Manduka. I'm not sponsored by Manduka. I've bought these with my own money, and I've had these mats for years and years and years, seriously. The one mat that I have for home practice, this is a home practicing mat. It's called the black mat. It's very thick, super sturdy, and it weighs 5 pounds. So you can't possibly take this one with you to the yoga studio if you go out unless you have a car. But I think I've literally had this one for 10 years now. We have 2, so I have one, my husband has one when we rotate between them. But I've used it a lot, and you can barely see that it's been used. They say that it lasts a lifetime, and I believe them. The step below that I have below this black mat is a traveling mat. I use this one a lot at home, but if I go to take a class, I will take this one with me. It's much thinner, although it has that same feel as the black mat. And it's much lighter. This one I can either roll up like this and take with me, or I can even fold it. I've done that. I've taken it with me on vacation, in my suitcase, and even in my backpack. I really love this one. The third yoga mat that I have is a super light. This one is called a traveling yoga mat as well. It's very light, it's very thin, and it has an incredible traction to it, both in the back as well as in the front. This one is great for doing the standing poses when you're on a wood floor, but for the seated poses, it's okay, but for the reclined poses, it might feel a little hard against the wood floor. So this one I think is great if you have a carpet and if you're maybe in a hotel room. Sometimes if I have some of my New York clients visiting in London and they live in a hotel, I will take this one with me and put it on the carpet, and that works out really fine. It doesn't slip and slide at all. When it comes to washing the yoga mats, there are some yoga mats that you can put in the washing machine and then air dry them. I have had those yoga mats, but with these yoga mats, except for this one, I can't put them in the washing machine. They're too sturdy for that. So I just wash them with hand. And if you're interested in knowing how I wash my yoga mats, let me know and I'll make a video on that. The second tool that I recommend are yoga blocks. Get yourself a set of yoga blocks. It makes a huge difference. These are made out of foam. They are really sturdy, so they're not going to slip and slide all over the place. There are different levels to them depending on how much leverage you need. They are also sometimes made out of wood or of cork. I personally prefer these because they're much more lightweight. So if I have to take them with me, it doesn't weigh a ton. The cork and the wood ones sometimes weigh a little bit too much, I think, and sometimes, especially the wood ones, might slide a little bit all over the place and feel too hard. So these are, nice around the edges and feel good, even if you have to rest over them in a restorative yoga pose. So get yourself a set of yoga blocks. The third tool that I suggest is a yoga strap. Yes, this one will help you to stretch out your hamstrings, whether it's reclined or seated. It's wonderful for opening up the shoulders and also help you to get into binding positions. And you can also use it for restorative poses. And the length of the yoga strap also sometimes can make a huge difference. So if you get yourself a yoga strap, get yourself the one that is the longest. The fourth tool I suggest is a yoga blanket. I use the Mexican blanket. This one has a very tight knit weave to it. The benefit of that is that when you need to roll it up or put it into a particular shape, it will stay in that shape. For some blankets, they're too soft and they're too slippery, and it's going to be a little bit hard to work with them. But this kind of blanket really is very helpful. You could also drape it over you and use it for Shavasana so that you are nice and warm and cozy. This is a blanket that really will stay in place wherever it is that you put it. The fifth and last yoga tool I suggest is a yoga bolster. I personally didn't own a yoga bolster for a really long time. It wasn't until I started to practice more restorative yoga at home and also offer restorative yoga videos here on YouTube. But once I had this bolster, then the bolster kept sneaking into my practice in so many different ways. And definitely I find that for the restorative yoga poses, it just feels so much better to rest over a bolster. You'll be able to breathe more fully and really luxuriate yourself in the moment if you have one of these. So I highly recommend it. So that was it. 5 tools that I find super helpful for a yoga practice. Did you feel inspired maybe to get a few of these tools of your own, or maybe do you have all of them? I'd love to hear about it, so let me know in the comment box below. If there are any yoga poses that you would like to integrate tools into, but you're not quite sure how to do that, also please share that with me in the comment box below and I'll make a tutorial on it, okay? And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot so that I can continue to make videos for you and help you out along on your path. It's been a long day. I can't even talk anymore. I hope you're well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.